Sup, it's Hallie. Welcome back to our castle walls. Let's pick up where we left off with Yuri in a book about the jungle.
It's a scorcher outside, despite all the various banana and palm trees surrounding me. But I can endure such an atmosphere. I have to. I could cool down in the broken-down airplane that lays abandoned in this jungle. But I don't think I have the time for that right now. I have an important job at hand. There's no turning back right now.
Airplane jungle. She's doing a little hop there. What are we up to, Yuri?
My journey into the airplane jungle is about halfway finished. As I still have various resources to collect for the shelter that Ellie and I are supposed to make tonight. Brandishing my pocket knife, I begin my climb up the banana tree in front of me.
So you're not Ellie in this. That's kind of curious.
Once I'm at the top, keeping myself supported with my left arm and both legs, I grab my pocket knife and tear away at the base of the leaves, making sure they fall to the ground. And then I do the same for the various banana bunches that thrive on this tree. Once this task is complete and I begin my journey downwards, a somewhat familiar voice makes itself known.
Rolling deep, said someone.
Once I reach the ground and regain my footing, I see two monkeys running up to me. I know them. Canis and Joey. Although he wants to be called the Green Mixtape for whatever reason. I won't judge him for having a nickname he wants to go by. Hello again, you two. Canis is the first to speak.
Hey, Yuri, it's good to see you again.
What is going on?
He's already got his own voice.
Right, I forgot he's known for his incessant yelling. Oh, I'm about halfway done with gathering resources for today. Looking down at the banana bunches in front of me, an idea comes to mind. How does snack time sound, boys?
Sounds great! Just don't give Canis the green ones, he hates anything green!
Laughing to myself quietly as Canis rolls his eyes, I sit down my back against the banana tree I just climbed, grabbing a banana bunch and tearing off 3 bananas from the bunch I have harvested. I distribute them evenly among us.
Oh god, they said the thing.
It's been a while since I last ate today. I'm gonna need the energy for what I have left to do. At one point in time during a snack time, a rumbling of the earth can be heard. Taking a moment to figure out where such sound is coming from, I scan the area to see a rhinoceros running towards the 3 of us with something green tied around his horn. From the looks of it, he also seems to have a giant frog riding on his back. Once the both of them make their approach, the frog immediately jumps off the rhino and bounces into my lap, happily making himself at home.
Lady, alright, I haven't seen you in so long.
A genuine smile appears on my face as I carefully place my free hand on the frog's forehead. His rough texture doesn't really feel that bad. Winky, I'm happy to see you too. Sorry I haven't been around your part of the woods to visit lately.
No worries, we're all busy at times.
Soft croaking noises can be heard from him as he happily rests for a bit. My attention is then averted to the rhinoceros.
I think diverted is the word you want there, but I'm actually not sure. You know what, let's be educational today. We're gonna learn the difference between averted and diverted. And Google's going to help us. That's right, we're gonna Google. Hey, Google. Okay. Definition of averted. Alright? Okay. Averted, turn away one's eyes or thoughts. I guess that's what happened here too. But diverted. And diverted is cause someone or something to change a course or turn one direction or another. Or draw the attention of someone or something. Okay, so I guess they would both kind of work in this context, but it's fine. It's whatever.
He seems to be having difficulty with trying to remove the vines from his trunk. This is Ramby, a friend that Ellie and I made recently, and the soon-to-be recipient of the shelter that will be made later tonight. It makes me happy that I'm going to be helping a friend with his everyday life.
Hey guys, a little help here.
Both of the monkeys then get up from their spot and walk over to help him out. Canis takes the vines off Ramby's horn, but ends up getting entangled in them himself.
I messed it up, dude.
Voices.
I still question why he thinks it's necessary to shout most of the time. After a little bit, the vines are gingerly placed next to the banana leaf pile I've accumulated.
Here are the vegetable ropes I gathered for you, Lady Yuri.
Thoughts? They're called vines. But thank you nonetheless.
Anytime. I must run off now. I'll be at the West River Plains if you need me again.
I don't blame him for wanting to spend time there. There's a beautiful chasm over that way that divides the West and East River Plains. It's definitely a relaxing area. I should visit there again sometime. Alright, please be safe. With that, Ramby turns around and runs off, as his task for the day is now complete. Averting my vision upwards towards the sky, I take a moment to let my mind wander and relax for a bit. All within the company of my amphibious and orangutan friends, but this doesn't last long, as I remember the other jobs that must be completed before dusk. I think it's time for me to take my leave now. I look down to Winky, still in my lap, relieved that he hasn't fallen asleep yet.
I thought Winky was a girl in Donkey Kong Country.
Will he be able to make it home safe?
I should be just fine.
Alright, if you say so. I then arise from my spot by the tree to look towards my other two friends and smile. Farewell, you two. They both wave to me as I begin my walk towards the broken-down airplane. It only takes a few steps of mine before hearing that unforgettable yelling again.
He said it.
I swear the boy's never going to change, is he? Within the short walk to the airplane, I take out my pocket knife again, as I'll be harvesting hibiscus flowers. There's an abundance of them growing by the old airplane, not to mention a variety of colors among them. Excitement builds up inside me at the thought of being able to decorate something that I've taken part in building. However, once I approach the airplane, my excitement quickly becomes downcast at the sight of my parrot friend Squawks, who is taking shelter inside the airplane with a rather gloomy face. Hey, is everything all right? That's when he looks up to meet my gaze.
No! Lady Yuri, is there any way you can help me out?
I can at least try. Please tell me what's wrong. He takes a moment to regain his composure.
My darling Perry is stuck in the skull rock jungle. She got herself caught in one of the Squidder's webs again.
I know who he's talking about. Squitter is a freakishly large, non-venomous spider that roams around these jungles. But he prefers to be called Shoes, as he somehow managed to obtain 4 pairs of shoes for himself. Oh, that troublemaker. Well, it's a good thing I'm heading that way in the first place. I'll go investigate for you. I was planning to go there mainly because of the excessive amount of bamboo that grows around that area. But now I have more reasons to go head that way.
Thanks, you're the best.
I smile back at him and quickly make my way over to the dark cave that's on the opposite side of this jungle. I have to pass through there if I want to access the Skull Rock jungle.
To the dark cave.
They don't call this place the Dark Cave for no reason. Inside here is much quieter than outside, no other related elements to deal with. Stones of various sizes are scattered all around the area. Stalactites cover the ceiling in certain spots, and there are a few obsidian deposits around. If only I had made a stone hammer and a stone chisel. I could use both of those tools to harvest obsidian to potentially create my very own knife. I can't help but giggle at the thought of creating my very own knife collection out here in the wilderness. I could start a new life as an artisan, forging and etching my own designs into knives I make. It would be like a dream come true. Right, back to more important matters. It's a miracle I remember my way around this cave, since I haven't been around here in a while. If memory serves me right, the way out of here to the Skull Rock jungle is on the exact opposite side of this cave. One rather long yet peaceful walk to the other side. I stop in my tracks as I realize I have a small yet steep hill to traverse in order to reach the jungle. Okay, this shouldn't be too bad. I can handle this. Taking a moment to breathe freely, I approach the passage in front of me and begin to climb one limb at a time.
Into the Skull Rock jungle.
One minute later and I have reached the top. Exhaustion is slowly starting to become apparent, and is growing more and more due to the heat I'm subjecting myself to again, but I must keep moving. Before I begin my journey towards the giant bamboo patch that grows in this jungle, I can't help but notice a very faint buzzing sound, almost like a beehive. Standing still to inspect the area, my eyes land on a noticeably large beehive hanging from a giant tree in the middle of this jungle.
Yeah, that's never good news in Donkey Kong.
But no swarms of bees are present. Well, I know where to avoid walking now. Traversing through the varied wildlife around me, I make my way over to the massive clay pit that's close to the mini bamboo field, only to see a giant spider web constructed in between a manga tree.
I just read that as manga tree. Holy balls.
Mango tree and a lychee fruit tree. Lychee fruit. Those remind me of my special someone who put a permanent spot in my heart. Those are his all-time favorite. If only I weren't so far away from you. Oh, how I miss you so.
Bees!
There's that buzzing sound again, but it's louder than last time I heard it. What on earth is going on? There's no bees around. I haven't been out in the heat for that long. Maybe my mind is playing tricks on me? I should probably ignore it. There are more important matters at hand. One glance at both trees shows a yellow quetzal with red and blue feathers, stuck on the web, trying to break free from the impromptu prison she's found herself in. I think this is my time to shine. Approaching both trees, I brandish my pocket knife yet again, just in case I need it. Perry, what's going on?
Nerd! I wasn't paying attention where I was going, and now I'm trapped here! Did Spock send you over here?
He did. Allow me to help. Please hold still for a bit. Carefully grabbing a hold of Perry with my left hand, I slowly and skillfully slash away at the spider web in an attempt to rescue her. After a few draining moments, Perry is free from the web, and also free from any remaining web that may have stuck to her. Taking a moment to store my knife away, I bring both my hands together for Perry to rest on them.
Thanks, Lady Yuri! You're a lifesaver!
She then playfully jumps around and gives me a quick peck on the cheek.
Is it just me, or was her text pink before? Does it say in history? It was pink before. Why is it now blue? Strange.
She then playfully jumps around and gives me a peck on the cheek. It's nothing, really. Now let's learn from our mistakes, shall we?
You know it! Where did Spock fly off to?
Oh, he's over by the rundown airplane right now. Without another word, Perry flies towards the dark cave to return to her better half. Phew. That's done. Now for the bamboo. I cannot ignore that crisp buzzing sound any longer as it becomes louder and louder as the seconds pass. Aggravated at the possible realization that I might be going insane, I start frantically looking around the area in hopes to disprove such thoughts. That's when I look up to the sky to see several dozen mechanical bees with buzzsaws for stingers invading the sky.
Oh, so it's specifically Donkey Kong Country 3.
My blood runs cold and my eyes widen at the sight as I am frozen in place. That's when I hear the trumpeting scream of an elephant. That must be Ellie. But that sounded more high-pitched and distressed than her usual tone, which brings me even less at ease. Within seconds, I see her running towards me at such unstoppable speed that I've never seen in all my life. But her eyes are widened out of fear.
Yuri, get out of here! Chaos is coming!
She's now several feet away from me, still keeping up speed. Nobody around here drops the honorific from my name unless it's absolutely crucial. Looking up at the sky again. Past the bees is a green mechanical jet-propelled robot, flying through the sky with a stainless steel skull as a head. Mechanical arms with boxing gloves attached and saw blades that protrude in 360 its whole body. That must be Chaos. Several grenades are dropped from the inside compartments of the bees above. My eyes widened even more. The ladder of my fight-or-flight response kicks in, and I run as fast as I can towards the dark cave. The only real safe space this island has to offer. As I'm running, explosions can be heard in the background, each one increasing my adrenaline. Wait, Rambi is over that way. That's where the chasm is.
No, get out of here. It's not safe here. Someone got blown up.
The sounds of explosions are getting closer. There's farther rays, agonizing screams of my fellow animal friends. As I approach the entrance to the dark cave, I turn around to begin my descent, only to see blood and skeleton matter splashed across the base of the trees in front of me. The sickening sight in front of me brings me to tears in front of me. which makes it hard to focus when I climb up or downwards.
Another scream. Well, that got intense. I think I remember reading that scene for Zero a while back and noting that my god, how grim that is. It seems a little out of place, but I don't know.
The loud thud coming from the closet snaps me out of my story-esque reverie. Looking to my left, I get a glimpse of Natsuki laying on her back in the closet, which does make me a bit concerned. But my attention is then overpowered by my sense of balance being slightly thrown off by almost dropping Hallie's book. Looking to my right, Hallie is completely let go of his side of the book as he's covering his ears and has his head down on our desk. I can't believe the sight in front of me as I quickly look around the room in an attempt to think of what to do. Oh goodness, was it really that loud? Oh no, what do I do?
For the record, some people with autism have a certain level of sensitivity to loud noises, so it seems that our protag here suffers from such a thing.
I've never had to deal with this before. I'm his friend, aren't I? I should be there for him, right? That in mind, I set the book down, placed my free hand on his shoulder, and somewhat firmly grip him, as if my blind pressure is weakening whatever kind of state of mind he's in. Allie, is everything okay? After a moment, he seems to have calmed down enough to bring himself up from the desk and look towards me. That's when I remove my hand from his shoulder.
Yeah, I'm all right now. I just don't do well with really loud sounds.
I understand. As long as you're feeling all right. I was a little scared there for a moment. It is then that the both of us notice Monica walking over to the closet to see what exactly has happened. Sayori and her out with her.
Natsuki, what happened? I'm fine. I only fell, not even half a meter, okay?
All right. Just making sure you're not hurt at all.
I said I'm fine. I can handle myself.
If you say so. Now that I have everyone's attention, we should begin poem sharing now. We're going to need some time for my announcement afterwards.
3:40 p.m. And now that all my senses have returned to normal, I should prepare myself for poem reading today. But something else comes to mind. Hey Yuri, what about our teacups?
Oh, yes, those. I'll take care of everything when I get a free moment today.
Alright, good. Let me know if you need a hand with anything.
Alright, that's enough, you two. I've got some talking with Yuri to do.
Wait, where'd she come from? Oh, I guess Natsuki wants to get Yuri out of the way first. Maybe she wants to talk about what happened yesterday or something? Fair enough. I then stand up from my seat and walk over to grab my backpack from the ground. I'll see you two at a later time. Yuri waves at me while I take my leave, which makes me smile a little bit. Now comes the question, who should I see first? I think I'll be more comfortable talking with Sayori first. We had a decent time today, so sharing poems with her sounds pretty enjoyable. She wrote a good one yesterday. I kinda can't wait to see what she wrote for today. With that, I begin walking to her, a smile still on my face. Hello again.
Hey, Hallie! Ready to share what you wrote for today?
Yeah, but mind you now, this is my first time trying to write stuff like this, so sorry if it's not up to par with your guys'.
Hey, no need to worry. We'll start somewhere, right?
I mean, she's not wrong. Yeah, I suppose so. Hang on, let me grab it for you. It takes me a little bit, but I managed to grab my attempt at a poem out of my backpack and hand it over to Sayori. After looking at it for a little bit, she puts on a very shocked face.
What? You pay less than I do?
What? After carefully taking my supposedly inexpensive poem away from her, I took a closer look at it, only to find out I gave her my electricity bill instead of my poem. That was the sound of the palm of my hand splashing across my forehead. I mean, it is a little bit funny that I managed to do that, but now I think it's time to get serious. I'm a bit curious why you had one of your bills in your backpack. Yeah, my bad. Let me get it for real this time. Man, maybe I should do what Yuri does with her bag to mine, so I can be more organized. Searching through my bag a bit more carefully this time, I hand her the correct piece of paper and she starts to read.